The
This
pick
Bryce,
is in.
this Bryce Young.
Carolina Panthers select Bryce Young, number 1 overall.
Hey, play the bit. Who in the background? Play
Tell
it.
him to bring me my money.
Yeah.
Bryce
I'm
Young.
sorry, y'all. I'm sorry I took so long, but I was ecstatic. I didn't think the pick would be in this fast.
Carl, your camera.
Yeah, I
Not
know. I'm back. I'm back.
okay.
I'm back.
But yeah,
Bryce
Bryce
Young.
Young is number 1 overall, picked by the Carolina Panthers. Thoughts?
Excellent selection. I can start it off. Me and Dave were high on, bruh. We didn't care about his measurables. We knew that this is a great quarterback. Like I said, Alabama had barely any weapons. His running back was what, top 2, top 3 in receiving yards. Receivers couldn't create any separation yet. They were in it for the SEC championship game. Well, they were supposed to go to the NCC championship game. The defense actually let them down against LSU. But Bryce Young can make all the throws. He can extend the play. He can and for all his shortness, for being 5'10", he didn't have many passes batted at the line of scrimmage at Alabama with those pro linemen. So great pick by Carolina. The future is looking bright for Carolina, and I think this guy's going to do excellent in the pros.
Yep, I agree. I think this was a great pick for Carolina. They got the quarterback of the future. All they got to do now is surround him with some weapons.
And they did that. They went and
Exactly.
got DJ Chark. They still
Mm-hmm.
have Terrence Marshall Jr.
Mm-hmm.
They went and got another guy. I can't remember off the top, but it's just great pick by Carolina.
Yep. Great pick. Great pick. And that also means I want to bet. Kev, you good?
Kev is struggling with his camera. You are
Yeah.
still frozen, my guy.
Kev, can you hear us?
Kev, try to restart the computer.
Yeah, you might have to restart your computer, guy, my guy. So you'll be
Bruh.
everything may be able to work well for you. Yeah, we're watching the draft, but I'm updating as soon as my sources let me know exactly who's getting drafted, where. That's why I was able to let it out before it's even on the draft yet. Because right now they're still showing Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey.
Man, you got me running around here looking all through my TV channels trying to figure out where the selection is because I ain't seen it yet.
Come on, man! Like I said, I got my sources. Y'all,
Yeah, it's official.
I got this.
It's official tissue, my guy.
Yeah, because they still doing they still got the ticker on 9 minutes, 15 seconds.
Yeah, I know, but I
Go
got it.
ahead.
I got it out there already. That's why I said we official.
Thoughts, coach?
Which one? Which topic?
On
Bryce.
Bryce Young.
Okay, he's not a prototypical quarterback as it pertains to figure and size. But as I stated yesterday, I did have to retract my statement because where I see shortness and size become an issue, I see inaccuracies because of those reasons. And through his film that I've been watching, the Tennessee game, even if that was a tough loss, I've been looking at the ones that were losses, not his wins. And I'm not finding where Duke can actually manipulate the defense very well with his size. I'm not going to lie. But again, my biggest issue, it's with his height and his size. At 204, I hope they can get a good nutrition plan, at least get him up to like 215, 220, just to be safe, because 204, that's light.
His
That's
frame can't take on
That's a pencil.
his frame can't
quarterback.
take on that much weight. That was my biggest thing when it came to me even being combative against him. Because again, I mean, his talent, you can't deny it. You can't say that, oh, he don't belong, he don't deserve the spot. But the fact that most GMs and most big NFL guys, they think of what's your longevity and about teams being able to go against you and your durability. We seen what happened to Tua last year, things of that nature. Like, you be trying to make the sport safer, but how it's almost impossible to make it a complete safe sport unless you make it flag. So with somebody of his stature, like it's very tough for somebody who watches football on a regular basis and sees how violent the game is and be like, this guy can really withhold or withstand this type of punishment. Along with the top teams and look at their old lines, it's like the two don't go hand in hand. You can't run screens all day in the NFL. We've tried it.
But
I.e.,
one thing that will translate over from college to the NFL is the fact that he can read the defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah,
not
he
easy
can.
to do.
He can.
There's not many quarterbacks that come out their rookie season knowing, and it just because not a lot of them can read defenses in college. That honestly doesn't necessarily develop until what 3 to 5 years in the NFL. You don't really need to read a defense in college, not as on a scale of the NFL when it pertains because of the way they run their offenses in college. And with his size, one thing we know for sure with this new NFL, what they're gonna do? He's gonna be the shotgun. He's gonna have 5 to 7 seconds as it is with that size to manipulate and move around in the pocket. So one thing I did notice in college, which is what also made me retract my statement, is his pocket presence. He has very good pocket presence for being 5'10". The reason why I point that out, Drew Brees didn't have good pocket presence at 5'10". He had horrible pocket presence. He was always outside of the pocket. Why do you think, if you ever noticed, the Saints never had, everything they did was flushed away from the pocket because of Drew Brees' size. However, Bryce Young does have he has very good vision for his size inside the pocket. That's hard. So again, for me and the Carolina Panthers, if you can bulk him up, I don't think his 5'10" size will be an issue. If you only get him to about 210, I don't know. I think he's gonna have problems if he's hit. If Carolina still has to protect him, they still gotta have an offensive line that's gonna be able to protect a smaller quarterback like that. And another thing that the Saints did that I think Carolina can do as well, and it doesn't have to be this year, they made sure that those outside guards were actually smaller guards for Drew Brees' vision. That's how Drew Brees was able to hit a lot of those shallow outside routes as well when you don't have that big guy in front of your way, you know. It's going to come hand in hand if the Panthers are willing to work with what they have. This is what they wanted. They know they went one. This is who they got. If they know they're going to go in with this type of quarterback, they have to know what they're willing to do to allow him to be successful. Because no matter what, Nick Saban made sure he was successful. Nick Saban made sure he had the weapons. Nick Saban made sure.
No, he did not do that.
Cut you off. He did not have the weapons.
Carl, before you go though.
What I mean is scouting wise. Like,
hold on, Coach. 1 second before you finish. Carl, we got to introduce our other guest, Mark. What's up? What's up, Mark?
I know I snuck in here. What's going on?
It's all good. It's all good. Represent the Commanders. Pick 16. Who you think y'all gonna get? We'll figure that out. But
they're gonna trade
Carl.
I think
we're gonna trade back.
Okay. So sorry, Coach, I gotta cut you off. He did not have the weapons. Not his second year. His first year, Jameson Williams, John Mechie, good. John Mechie got hurt. Jameson Williams got hurt in the championship game. But to piggyback off what y'all saying with the Panthers, the one guy I forgot they did sign, that receiver, was Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen is a huge pickup for Carolina.
Yeah, that's true.
DJ Chark and Miles Sanders.
I didn't know that.
So they bolster.
It's very good for him for those shallow routes.
So they bolstered the running back game with Miles Sanders. They still, I like Chuba Hubbard. But now Chuba Hubbard's the backup. You got Thielen and DJ Chark on the perimeter, and then now you can still add a slot guy, draft a slot guy. This draft is very receiver heavy. So you can draft the guy later.
Receiver heavy. I don't know.
I like Terrace Marshall. He can maybe be that third guy. Maybe he can step up this year. But again, this draft is to me very receiver heavy. And they're also bolstering a already pretty solid defense by signing Von Bell. J.C. Horn is a top corner, in my opinion. He just doesn't get the national spotlight. But I love J.C. Horn as a corner.
Lamar about to take all that national spotlight now.
Well,
he's about to get so many primetime games.
But yeah, I think Carolina's trending upward.
they made some good pickups, but I'm not too much swelling that line. That's my thing. I like the coaches. You know, I'm a Frank Wright fan. I like Frank Wright, and then their offensive coordinator. I'm questionable with the offensive coordinator. I don't know how much autonomy he's gonna have or how much input he's gonna have with McCown. Even though he played like 18 years in the NFL, his last gig was a high school coach. He used to leave the Eagles facility during the week to coach a high school team and fly back before games. So I mean, his last outing he played for us in that playoff game, which he did. I think he played good enough to win, but then he popped both his hamstrings without. He was old, so it didn't matter. But I'm not sure how much is there. Of course, he knows the game. He's been around, so he's able to coach him up with things that he's seen damn near everything. Like the man got a freaking mural of every jersey he's worn. He's playing for damn near every team in the NFL. So he's seen every organization, so that'll help. Hey, chill, Tay. But so I mean, we'll see. Like I said, it's the O-line is the question for me. That's the biggest.
That's my question.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's everybody's question mark with the Panthers. I mean, they brought back Bradley Bozeman, but they
had to get a quarterback. They didn't have a choice.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if they brought back Taylor Moton. Not sure, or if they let him walk. If he's still there, not sure. Don't quote me on it. But I do see your point of them having the O-line to, you know what I'm saying, to allow Bryce Young to have time to hit those newly acquired weapons, or to have Miles Sanders had the holes to run. You know what I'm saying? So I get you.
You know, the good thing too about Bryce Young is that he know how to make plays when a play break down.
That's exactly what I said.
I mean, he does, but
that was the best O-line. I mean, if with the weapons around him, with Miles Sanders, Thielen, Chark, I think the only thing they were really missing was a quarterback.
I mean,
really. So, I mean,
I'm always do it as a plus. You think they better equipped than Miami is or was?
Well, I mean, they got Tariq and Waddle. I mean, I don't think no receiver core really.
But Kev, hold on, I'll answer this question. So Kev, one thing you got to realize is Tua had injury problems or injury concerns in college. Bryce Young doesn't have those concerns.
Had nothing to do with him. He ain't had 2 concussions in college.
He still had injuries.
He still got injured.
But injury concussions you can't tie the two. Like
Tua just had concussions this year, but Tua also had injuries prior. So that's what I'm saying. Bryce Young don't have these injury concerns. Now, hold on, let me just finish my point. I got you. Now, right? Tua also had weapons out the wazoo at Alabama. He had Devontae. He had Jerry Jeudy. He had Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
Bryce Young didn't have these guys last year.
Bryce Young
had his receivers jumping the transfer portal.
How many times have you seen Bryce Young get tattooed, bro?
I mean, just think about how many first round. I mean,
you seen him get hit, but quarterbacks get hit. That's anybody.
Yeah. I mean, every year it's always a first round pick from a wide receiver wise from Alabama. This year, I don't think there's any.
None. Nada. They might not have no receivers on the first 3-4 rounds.
It's not a receiver year,
I'm not taking that away from him. We know that the game of football, you got a 99% injury rate. No matter, I mean, I don't care how healthy you've been. It's going to happen. You can't.
That's for any quarterback.
They chose Bryce Young. So, I mean, the pick was in. They just
he's
announced
healthy at this point, but can his body frame withstand the punishment?
It's big guys that couldn't withstand the punishment either, Kev. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but he's shown, at least for right now, that he can extend plays. He can take a hit. Yeah. He can bounce back. Like we were saying, he can get out the pocket, extend the play, and make the throw. That's all. Like, Kev, we've had guys, Big Ben, injury prone, big as a mug, strong as an ox, injury prone. Donovan Mad, ACL.
When you got a guy who's been probably the most feared offensive weapon in the NFL, and says that it's still a difference between college and NFL, letting them know that it's a difference between these guys.
Okay, but yeah, I think we all know it's a difference between college and NFL. That's always been that's a given. That's the case, bro. The tape doesn't lie either. The tape does not lie.
The tape don't lie, but this.
And you know what else don't lie? You got to go read those reports. You got to read those reports. And when you read Trey Young, Bryce Young's reports, do you know the only negative thing they actually say about this kid is his height and size? Like that is it.
Small
hands. There's nothing about his footwork. There's nothing negative about his arm. There's nothing measurable or negative about his mechanics. There's nothing negative.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button, no matter what you're listening to or watching it. Hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.